Hey, yo, what's up? This your boy. I'm going to keep it 1,000. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you all the times, at all times. Today, I got a new video for you. You know I'm more of a positive, upbeat brother, so I don't like to bring you nothing negative, so I try not to, and if I do, it's going to be some negative with a twist of positive. Or it's going to be a negative on the surface, but you dig a little bit deeper underground, get your shovels, get your shovels and go down, and it's some type of substance in there. But anyway, I'm coming at y'all live. No rambling today. This is a straight shot video. We doing three things that I absolutely suggest that you ask when looking for these trucking jobs. When you out here, I know how it is. Some people on driver posts and y'all going through and y'all just submitting y'all pre-filled application. If you ain't on driver posts and you a driver that's looking for a job, get on driver posts, and that's gonna streamline a lot of your information to where you're not filling out the same questions over and over. At least some of the pre-filled information, like your name, address, I think social security number. A lot of the stuff be pre-filled. You don't have to go get those dates for, when did I leave the last trucking job? You don't have to go do none of that. You don't have to, because it's already in there. So get the app driver post. They don't sponsor me, man. Ain't nobody sponsoring me. So I'm just going to keep it. You already know how we do 1,000 all the way through and through. Get on the driver post, though. And driver post, a lot of these companies got the positions that they hiring for, and you can look up pretty much all the big companies connected with driver posts. So it's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. But I'm not going to keep telling y'all about them because they not paying me. But just check it out. Just remember what I say. I can't even, because I ain't getting no paper. But y'all can get the paper if you mess with them, and it's better than going to all these different spots and trying to fill out when you could just go right there. But for the smaller companies, it's a hit or miss. So that's one thing. That's just for driver posts. But let's get in on these three things. I gotta stay on subject this video. Y'all know how we be when we driving them trucks, when we out here in the field, when we working, when we being men, providing, taking care of our business. You already know we get way off subject because it's 1,000 things going on. We got kids, we got wives, we got baby mamas, I ain't got no baby mamas. I got a wife. But everybody got something different going on. We got mortgages, car notes, insurance. Everybody got, so it's the same thing. So that's how I always get off. But, man, be patient with me, man, because I got jewels in what I'm talking about. I'm not just sitting up here telling y'all some BS. I got to drop them shorts in there. I know y'all be like, damn, man, I'm subscribed to you. Now I get pings all day with these dumbass shorts. I understand, but I got to do what I got to do so I can spread the real message of what I'm trying to spell. Look, see what I'm saying? And that's not getting edited out, bro. We right with the dome. You just got to ride with me. It's like talking to your people in the kitchen, and I'm giving you the real spiel. But anything, it's the three things that you definitely must be asking. Number one, the first thing that I suggest you ask is, what routes do you run? Or what type of routes do you run? And what I mean by that, these are the questions. This is how that question breaks down. So it's one main question, and you asking about the routes. So you want to know about are the routes dedicated, or the routes live load and live unload, because that matters, dead time. If they are live load and unload, do you get stop pay? Do you get what's that called? When you just sitting somewhere and you dock for a while. Everybody know what I'm talking about. If y'all have been at that Family Dollar out there in Zanesville, anybody that ran out to that Family Dollar out in Zanesville, how they'll have you. Some days you might be in and out a couple hours. Some days you'll be waiting to get live unloaded 6 hours type stuff. But ask them about the routes, man. Make sure, go in detail. Okay, so what I'm going to go, Atlanta to Texas. What part of Texas? Okay, Amarillo. So I'm going Atlanta to Amarillo. Is that right back, or am I going to pick up something? Am I going to shoot up to whatever? Oklahoma, Alabama. How am I coming back down? That way you can kind of map and see, okay, what highways do I got experience driving on? What do I feel comfortable with? So that's the main question. Then you want to know if it's drop and hook, or you dropping and hooking. Is you doing out and backs so you can be home every other day, drop it off, get you a back haul back to the crib? That'll be ideal. That's perfect. because you don't have to sacrifice much. You still getting your home time in, and you still getting your miles in. And everybody worried about the miles because for some reason, trucking is the only industry, y'all know. But I'm not going to say nothing about that because you got to make the best of it. So if you feel like, oh, well, the trucking job and the amount of time that you're on a job is right here, but the pay is down here. Or you can put it up so it can be in the screen all the time. It's never going to add up unless you can find a way to bring them hours down to match that money. So that's why those routes are key, that extra dead time. You have to factor that in. Am I going to be getting paid for sitting at this dock, waiting on my light to turn green and the clamps to come up? You know what I mean? I'm waiting to get unhooked. Am I going to be, oh, okay, it's quick for the live unload, but then they take long, they got to bring me, they call you in for the paperwork, and all these shenanigans and different things, not shenanigans, it's just stuff you have to learn, you ask, and you know that from experience. But from the experience is why we make it. Okay, number 2, guys, make sure, this is a priority. Make sure that the pay is matching up exactly the way you're going to get paid, how often you're going to get paid. Do they have any minimum payment, like minimum weekly payment? You want to know about the referral program. You want to know the minimum miles. You want to know everything about your pay. Let's see, minimum miles. You want to know about any type of detention benefits, any type of like where they give you the money per diem. You want to know all of that. You want to know everything about the money. You want to have that agreement. Everything wants to be agreed. Because a lot of times, guys, we talk to these recruiters. The recruiter is there to recruit you. The recruiter doesn't pay you. You won't talk to the recruiter after you're. Okay, so guys, I'm not going to tell you that recruiters lie to you because we don't do any negativity on this channel. But what I will tell you is that sometimes they're doing their job so well and they're telling you, exactly what needs to be told so that they can do their job effectively, that sometimes the signals are mixed up or they're crossed. So just make sure, maybe you can get it in writing. Some companies do it, some companies don't. Try to get it in writing. Maybe so. Hey, you know what? When you have a little bit more experience, you can do things like that. You can ask for, oh, hey, let's get that in writing. You know what I mean? Because you can basically, once you have that experience, and I know you hate hearing that, but don't hate it, love it. Love it to know that somebody told you once you get that experience, you're going to be able to go into those trucking companies, those same ones that were like, you have to go out OTR, 3 weeks at a time. You're going to be able to go to those same companies and say, look, these are the terms. Are you willing to accept? But without any, you don't have any leverage. So right now you're building leverage, and that's okay. You're building momentum. You're working. You're building up in order to be successful. Just make sure you get your chickens in order. Your chickens got to be straight. Marshawn told us that. Number 3, your final thing. Your final thing, and it's really super important. I don't think a lot of people think about this, but it's super important. How many terminals does this company have, and how many are actually on my routes? Because guys, if you're broke down or if something happens with the truck and you're waiting on a tow truck and you're up in a mountain somewhere and you live by the ocean somewhere, chances are if you getting home that week with a breakdown is pretty much, So make sure you want to know that. You want to know it helps with trip planning, route planning, however you guys use the terms. Trip planning, route planning, all of that, man, is super important. Know where your brakes and your terminals at. And for you guys that's doing the drop and hooks, you want to know where your terminal's at. You want to know where any drop lot is so you can know exactly, okay, a drop lot right 3 miles away or 27 miles away or 100 miles away where I can go grab an empty because this place doesn't have an empty, and I can't leave without an empty. And what I mean by empty is an empty trailer. It's for dry van, guys. Most people start off with dry van. I guess if you knew, hopefully you can get into like Big Tay on the flatty, you know. But everybody not on the surfboard or the skateboard. A lot of people are going to start with the dry van. So just make sure you know where them terminals are so you can get empties. So you can know when you got roadside rescue available. Oh, and also make sure, that's for a different video. Hey, keep it cool. There's the 3 things that you need to ask your next trucking company that you're applying for. Every trucking company works for you. You make the trucking company work for you. You know what, guys? And let's start thinking as entrepreneurs, and let's think, hey, I'm putting in this work for my own business. You know what I mean? Think about it like that, and it won't be like such a like. But I'm rambling. Peace out, y'all. I'm gone. 1,000.